Hey there, ghosts and ghouls! Warlock Boo here today. And I know it's been a while. We maybe a month. Okay, it's been a couple years since I put out a video. It's been a while, okay? But I had a lot happen in my life. I've moved twice. My job got crazy, and then I got promoted twice. So that's good. And I've had heart problems. My wife has had stomach problems. So a lot of shit has happened in my life. And I finally got the time to do a new video. What are my new videos on? Webcomics. Because I have had a lot of time in my new job to read, webcomics between what I'm doing. Especially webtoons. I've really come into liking of them. So I decided I'll be reviewing a bunch of webtoons. And this first one I'm reviewing is Bugtopia by Idle Mantis. What is Bugtopia? Bugtopia is a slice of life style webcomic. Slice of life being, they are not usually connected by a heavy story. Sometimes they will have little running storylines, but usually it's more of like what's happening in the life of a character, little details. The closest thing I can think of is My Little Pony can be a little slice of lifey, but with a little more storyline based. A lot of shows like that can be slice of life. Family Guy weirdly is a slice of life cartoon. So it can be a very varied genre. But Bugtopia is about a bunch of bugs. Humanoid anthropomorphic bugs that are creepily attractive. Bugs! That's weird to say. The main characters in this is a little ladybug and his mama. But the twist is the ladybug's adopted by a spider who adores her little ladybug. She adores him so much. And it's actually quite adorable, and it's really nice to see. But a lot of it focuses on their life together, but it also spreads out between different bugs you'll meet. You have the stag beetles, two beetles that are living together and have adopted a son and a daughter? Two sons? I can't remember off the top of my head. I haven't read on them in a couple parts. So, you also have Spider Mama meeting her wife. And you have Assassin Bug, was the one who adopted Spider Mama before any of the events you find out. It is not purely a comedy. There are some very heavy storylines. Like you learn the spider, her mother died when she was very young. And you learn she was adopted by Assassin Bug. It's all a very sad, sweet thing. It's also a very diverse cast. You have a lot of gay, straight, transgender, mixed families. And it's very nice feeling to see that in a webcomic. Some only focus on one or the other a little too much. And this one has a nice diversity of characters and just families in general that are interesting to read about and see. You have also another character who I find fairly interesting, Daddy Longleggin, who is currently in the comic as of the time of this recording. Because I have to say that because people keep bugging me about, they mentioned that in Irma. They mentioned this in Irma. Even though that video is like 5 years old by this point. Sorry, I got a little annoyed there. It's a very interesting story with him and his daughter. And how his wife was the abusive one. And that's not usually seen, especially for a character that's as big as he is. He's a big, strong, tough bug. But they go into some very deep subject matter that are currently being touched on in a 3-parter, I think, right now. And I've only read the first part, so this other 2 aren't out yet. But it's a very enjoyable comic. The art style is very well done. It's very interesting. The art style has a very cartoony look, but almost uncanny in another way. For instance, the spider, her top half is human, but her bottom half is that of a spider, while her mouth are filled with razor-sharp teeth and she has multiple eyes. It's a little uncanny, but it's not scary. And every character seems to have this kind of design. And it's nice to see because every character looks different. They look unique. They look good. And I'd love to see them in an animation of moving around. That's what this really looks like to me. It looks like a cartoon that I could just see these characters moving around on a screen and talking to each other. And that's what's really impressive of this. That's what Webtoons really excels at, is having artists with these kind of talents come together on. This is too, they also have another way of drawing it that's speaks to Idle Mantis's other works. If you want to know, check her Twitter. Their Twitter. It's not something I usually review art style wise on their other artwork. But you know who everyone's to their own, and it's not bad art. It's actually quite good. But this is completely different than their other work. This is, though, a great series. My favorite character so far has been Daddy Longleg. I find him as an interesting character. But I also like Spider Mama. I love Ladybug. I love the little mantis. Like, every character is unique and different. And that's nice to see. A lot of these just characters start to blend together, or their personalities start to fall apart, or even and others that have more fan looks to them just kind of just focus on the looks of the characters. But Idle Mantis really has focused on everything. The characters look interesting. The story is really good and heartfelt. It can be funny and it can be sad and pull at strings. But at the same time, there's a really safe space feeling with this, that no matter who you are, you can find someone that feels like, oh yeah, I can relate to that character. Doesn't matter where you come from. All of these characters have a more interesting story, an interesting past, like every person does in their own life. That's really what this feels like, and what's great about it is everyone feels like someone you could meet. Yeah, they're giant bug, they're little bug, humanoid, anthropomorphic, sexy creature things, but they act like people. And it's enjoyable to read that sometimes. None of their dialogue feels forced. None of their dialogue feels like you're being forced to understand. It's just like normal people would talk, and it comes out more interesting when that happens. It makes characters more in depth. It's one thing that drives me crazy in webcomics or in TV shows or books, when a character doesn't sound like a human would sound. A human doesn't talk in a certain way. They don't deposit exposition. A human talks like a human. I don't know how else to describe it. We sometimes can be rambly, like you notice I am. We can sometimes be blunt and get to the point. But we never just deposit exposition. We never just decide, this is how I am, get over it. No, we have more depth to us. And conversation and the way people talk and characters talk shows that. And Gaius does it really well. You understand every character fairly quickly just from the way they talk and the way they act. And you don't have to spend 3 or 4 issues understanding this character. You get it in a couple panels. So then you can just enjoy everything else about them. And then if they decide to give you backstory, oh, that's even better. You can understand a little more on them. But it's a great comic, and it's one I highly suggest. Bugtopia by Idle Mantis. It's on Webtoons, and I will have a link to it underneath in the comments. Sorry if I feel a little choppy in this one. It's really me coming back into getting used to doing this. Got a new Mac finally because my other one had broke, and my computer broke, and yeah, everything just went to shit on me. But I kind of got a gaming computer, so that worked out. And this kind of nice little mic. So that worked out. So yay! Now, if you guys want more of this, let me know down below. I have plenty. I have the Cursed Princess Club I'd like to review. I have just plenty of them. Maybe I'll do an update on Lord Olympus or Irma. People have been asking me for more Irma because they think I don't know anything about it, even though that video is 5 years old. Whew, calm down, Warlock. Or I can review some more video games. I haven't done that in a while, and I did just finish Pokemon Arceus. or Metroid Dread. If you guys want to hear that, let me know. Or if you just want to hear more spooky stories or SCPs, let me know. I'm not sure if I'll get back into that yet, but I'd like to let you guys to let me know. This is an early kind of rough idea to come back, and I figured webcomics, since I've been doing so much research on it and reading so many of them and trying to learn to write my own, and then realizing I don't have artistic talent when it comes to drawing, and I can't afford an actual artist, so I don't know how I'm going to afford one to make one. Yeah, maybe we'll come into play in this. So, till next time, this has been Warlock Boo, hoping to be spooking y'all later. Bye.